Zoe here. Today I'm super excited to talk to you because today I'm going to talk to you about something that has been on my videos to make list for quite some time, but now I'm getting a lot of requests for it, and this is, am I pursuing the right career? Am I choosing to go into the right postgraduate? There's this time in which everyone who's in college, university, or even graduating high school is contemplating, what am I gonna do with my life, and what if it's not what I had originally thought? Like, what if I need to change my mind, basically? And I changed my mind super last minute, and it led me to the career that I'm in right now. It gave me, essentially, down the path, the opportunity to move to Rome, Italy. So today I'm gonna be talking to you about when I changed my mind last minute about my career and my school. So, let's get started. Alright, so I do want to give a big thank you to my amazing friend Justin. Justin is one of the subscribers here. He's been a subscriber for quite a while and has been so supportive and kind, so thank you, Justin. We had recently been talking about school and making changes. He's just really inspired this video for me to talk about it now, as many of you who have sent me messages and written comments, so I hope that this video helps at least one of you feel content in the choice that you're making and making sure it's for you, the right one, that makes your soul smile, that makes you happy. Okay, so let's talk about university. So when I was in university, finishing up third year, that summer I was going to go on a solo backpacking trip around Europe. 20 years old. I was so excited. This was definitely a total summer of self-discovery, of inspiration, of creativity, of becoming spiritual. So I'm just gonna start this video and say, you guys know I always encourage travel, but if you're interested in my solo travel experiences, I have a little story time video. I'm gonna be leaving that down below. So I often find that I personally get my answers when I travel. Whether or not I'm specifically seeking an answer, I always seem to get it. Originally, as I was fast tracking through university, I was taking summer school each and every summer. I was on pace to graduate early, like within 4 years for my program, which was amazing. I was very driven in university. I never really went through that phase of partying, or it wasn't like that for me. It was just like, let's get it done. So that we can move on to bigger and better things, and we can move and we can get on to the next thing. I was just very much like that. So throughout university and throughout being in high school, I always wanted to be a teacher, or so I thought. This was the story I told everyone. This is what everyone had recommended to me. Zoe, you would be an amazing teacher. You've got to be a teacher. And as much as I thought, yeah, I would love to be a teacher, I'd love to have summers off. That was like the one thing that was the highlight of being a teacher, was that like, oh, I'd have summers off, which means like I could go travel to Europe in the summer. So that was always on my mind. And of course, we know now, if you want to be a teacher, you need to feel that fulfillment every day, or be excited to be around children every day. And for me personally, like, that wasn't the big draw to it. So that's possibly red flag number one. So I went on this transformative trip to Europe. While I was away in Europe, I kind of found to discover myself in a different way. I had gotten out of like a long-term 5-year relationship, so this sense of self was a little bit lacking for me at such a young age, 20. So I'd been in a relationship since I was 15, and I just felt like I needed this trip to understand what actually really made me happy and joyful and passionate and creative, and that was travel. That was travel, the excitement of the world, the excitement of working with people, meeting new people all the time. I just realized that the world was a lot bigger than what I had been setting for myself. So I returned back from Europe. I go back to university, motivated as ever to get it done. Final year of university, I had an exciting study abroad opportunity in Havana, Cuba. Havana, ooh, na, na. I just had to do that. Okay. It was a study of sports culture in Cuba. If there's anyone from Cuba watching, I would love to know. Please let us know down below. I absolutely love Cuba. This was an amazing, life-changing experience for me, and I know that I will be visiting Cuba many times throughout my life because it's just a place that I hold very closely to my heart. So while I was there, a portion of the program was to work with the children when they were as young as daycare. We brought them supplies. We had a very like fulfilling experience with them, and we also studied Cuban athletes. So Cuba treats their athletes amazing, puts them into training programs, really like invests so much into them. And I found studying the athletes, their interesting training programs, and studying the sporting facilities that Cuba had a lot more exciting and fulfilling to me. I love kids and I love children, but I was picturing this more so as an everyday setting. I recognized in myself what really clicked in my brain, that type of work where you just can't sleep, you don't want to take a break, you just want to keep learning more and more about it, was the sporting facilities and the athletes training programs. So that excited me. Then I got back to Canada. Before that, I had known that I didn't really want to be a teacher, even though that I had applied to schools across Canada. But I did end up coming across a program at George Brown College in Toronto that was sport and event marketing. It was a 1-year postgraduate program, intensive, like this was a full year round. There's an internship involved. There was opportunities with MLSE, like Maple Leaf Sport Entertainment, really high profile brands that weren't accessible to me in British Columbia. So I knew that I wanted to leave British Columbia. I knew I wanted to go somewhere else, and I couldn't go to Italy yet because, as my dad said, with what money? So I had to go make money. So I went to Toronto. I ended up accepting the offer to George Brown College and declining all of the education offers. I got into big universities like York and I said no. So I chose the college. So I want you guys to know, if you're out there and you're in this time when you need to make a decision, you gotta do what's right for you. Because I went into that program at George Brown College enthusiastic, excited to be in Toronto, ready to learn. I volunteered every opportunity that I could. I met amazing people. I would pursue going out for coffees with everyone because I was passionate, because I'd struck that place in my mind where I didn't want to sleep. I just wanted to keep learning, keep networking, let's say, keep building relationships with people, discovering different career paths. I just felt like the world was my oyster, especially in that year. And I ended up getting hired with the internship I was in, which was quite rare for my class. We were a large class, I believe, of over 100 people, and only 2 or 3 left their internships with higher positions, and I was one of them. And I can definitely say it's because I went in hard. I was like, I'm gonna meet everyone, I'm gonna volunteer all my time, I'm gonna be the best worker I can be, because this is what I've really pursued for myself. And if I've taken the road less talked about, less traveled, the one that people didn't really know was something that interests me, or I never really talked about, and if I could be successful at it, then I'm not only fulfilling myself, but I'm also showing people that anything's possible. So I pursued it. It was amazing, and that year is very special to me. I met the most amazing people. I met one of my best friends, Steph. You guys know Steph. So it was great. So what I'm saying is you need to go inside your heart and think about what's best for you. And I hope it's okay. I'm going to share a little bit of Justin's story. He wasn't exactly sure what he wanted to do, so he did actually seek out the help of a career counselor, because of course she knows best how to tap into those interest points. And she recommended something under the same umbrella what he was looking at, but more so into a field that he would find fulfilling. And when he said that she proposed this idea, things started to click. He felt like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, that's what I'm inspired about. So thank you, Justin, for just adding another little story into here, and I hope it's okay that I shared. Sometimes it just takes you to realize that this isn't exactly what I want to do, and if it's not what I want to do, I need to seek out other opportunities. Whether this be take a little trip by yourself if you can, go seek out the help from a counselor, maybe confide in a close friend or family member who you know doesn't provide judgment or force things upon you. And this really needs to be an open conversation with somebody. So explore your options. As you guys know, I lived in Toronto for many years after I graduated from my postgraduate. I worked in the corporate world. I had some amazing job opportunities, and then I was able to make the leap. So when I first moved to Toronto, I came across the book The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and I have spoken about this book before. It's definitely been mentioned in my book recommendations playlist. If you've ever read it, it's super inspiring. Tim speaks about this remote lifestyle and working abroad, the new rich lifestyle. I was captivated, I was sold. I knew that going into corporate Toronto, that this would be my end goal. My end goal would not be climbing to the top of, let's say, the Toronto Blue Jays or one of the Canadian banks. My goal was to build a freelance clientele and work for myself, be able to have the ability to live and travel freely. And I've done that for myself. I'm filming this video in my dream apartment in Rome, Italy. I kind of feel like I need to pinch myself. Like, looking at this view out my window right now, I'm feeling like goosebumps right now. Anything is possible. You need to know that all you have to do is follow your intuition, follow your soul, follow your passion. And I have made a video on like how I found my passion, which I'm gonna leave up there as well, which probably is quite similar to this video, but I wanted to make this video now because if any of you out there are feeling self-conscious about your school choice, perhaps which career you're gonna get into, if you do the work inside, if you do the work within and you choose what makes you tick, you will be nothing but successful. Like I said, I was driven to work hard because I wanted to work hard. I couldn't shut my brain off. I accepted the call inside of what makes me tick, of what makes me not want to go to sleep, and one thing led to another, and now I'm on YouTube at almost 100K. It's fascinating, it's wonderful, it's inspiring. And I recently watched a video last night from Jay Alvarez. Some of you, well, most of you are probably familiar with him because he's quite famous. He's very well known for his amazing cinematography. He's very young, he's a 95. He dropped out of school when he was in grade 7. And he knew that he wanted to make money being creative. So he dedicated the rest of his life being creative and trying making a living for himself. So obviously he had to struggle. He had to go, I'm not saying, you know, if there's any 7th graders out there, don't be like, I'm gonna quit school because Zoe told me, because that's not what that is about. But what I'm saying is, if you feel so strongly about something in your mind and you know what makes you tick, and you know you'll do whatever it takes, and you know you won't let anything distract you to hold you down, you will be successful. So I'm gonna leave Jay's video down below too. I mean, maybe you've already come across it, but he dropped out of school grade 7 to pursue what he wanted to do, and now he's living large all over the world. So if you have a dream, if you're dedicated, notice what makes you tick and answer the call, and you will find the career, the profession that's right for you. Don't choose a career path just for money, or just, you know, because that's the story you've been telling yourself, like I told myself I was gonna be a teacher, or what your family wants. If you want lifelong fulfillment, it's gotta be something that you're passionate about. You've gotta wanna go into work every day. You've got to want to excel, to be better, to work smarter and not harder, to just feel passionate enough that the creativity flows and you're right where you're meant to be. And with that, I'm gonna stop rambling. But I just wanted you to know, I was once too at that place where I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. Heck, I still don't even know what I'm gonna do with my life. I don't even know where I'm gonna live next year. I don't know some things, okay? I don't know like some big things that other people might be freaked out about, but all I know for sure is that I know myself, and I take the time to get to know this person better and better each day, and to really pursue and align myself with the dream life that I want. Anything is possible. I'm always super open and transparent with you guys about all my manifestations and how my journey's unfolded, so let this be your inspiration for today. If you want it, you can have it. Just make sure that your choices going forward in career and school, that they align with you, not just because of society's norms or what your family wants, or like I said, the story you told yourself. Consider this your sign to really pursue what matters to you. With that, I'm out. I'm out to go clean this apartment because we just moved in and it's kind of a mess. But I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!